Hi everyone, I'm Sarah Alavi with Coldwell Banker Realty, and I have my favorite title team here, Ryan and Hayley. Thanks for coming. And
thanks for having us.
of course, you've been helping me a lot with a lot of stuff, and just want to talk about, I want you to educate my audience about why is it important for people to have title insurance policy, and what does it cover?
Oh, wow, Sarah. Well, we're just happy to be here. I'm Ryan Lipsey, and
Yeah, and I'm Hayley, and I think, just starting off with that question, we all pay car insurance, right? For something that may or may not happen, and it's like $100, $200 a month. Well, this is one of some people's biggest investment purchases that they're going to be making through their entire life, spending $500 to $800 million plus on a home.
Right.
So you would think you'd want that to be insured, right?
Why
so
not?
We're a little different though than home warranty coverage and stuff like that, because what we insure is we actually look at the chain of title for when your clients go to purchase or when they go to sell, and we look at it and make sure that there's no other outlying people that could have interest in the property, that there's no liens on there.
Right.
So we're really ensuring your incoming buyers or borrowers, when they're refinancing, that there's no liens or judgments on the property and they own it free and clear, kind of like transferring a car title.
Exactly. And what do you have to add to that? I know that you are a word of knowledge.
well, I just think that, title gives you a clean bill of health, transferring the title of the property into the incoming buyer, which is the ultimate goal. Is we don't want any of the sins of the seller or financial or, property line encumbrances, easements, any of those things to transfer into the new buyer's ownership. That's what title insurance prevents, is that clean bill of health, that everybody's clear, it's a reset, and it's an empty canvas on the title and the chain of title for the incoming buyer. So that's what we achieve. And what's covered in there is essentially all of those potential liens, financial and otherwise, that could have been put onto the APN and track with the property from the previous seller. So we just basically clean it up and hand a brand new empty canvas to the incoming buyer, and then we stand by the fact that of what the research that we did, and we ensure that they won't have any issues that prop up that were due to the seller and their actions.
And no fraudulent deed activity. Right. Nobody can come knocking on the door saying, hey, this was me and my ex-wife's property and I still have interest. I never signed off. So things like that can happen in other states that where title insurance isn't necessarily a factor in the transaction, where we've heard this come up. But here in California, it's really mandatory if you're getting a lender's policy and stuff on the transaction to have that.
And recently, I'm sure that you've heard too, there's some kind of activities going that people are reaching out to new buyers and saying that pay us this much, we are from title companies or whatever, just to get your deed. I mean, those are some of the kind of scams that
Unfortunately, you're going to have predatory kind of activities like that in any game, and people reaching out saying, get a copy of your grant deed for $85, and that's a scam.
I had a recent situation like that.
Or title lock, they're doing these late night commercials where the seniors or other people who are viewers at that time are falling victim to this scare tactic of, don't let somebody come and take your title of your property out from underneath you. And that's something that can be done in minutes on one of our portals or with a phone call to you or to ourselves, and identify if there's any fraudulent deeds that have been recorded.
Yeah, it's not like they protect anything on it. They just tell you if there's been something recorded on your property. So for your client, Sarah, that's something that you can totally do as a free service, because that's something we can check on at any time.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have another question.
Okay.
So the next one is that, do people like car insurances and all of that, do they need to pay every year for their insurance policy, or is it just a one-time fee?
Well, with our resident title unit expert, is it a one-time or recurring, Hayley?
That's a great question. We actually get that a lot, Sarah. So it's a one-time fee that's paid through the close of escrow. So unlike other insurances, it's not some monthly fee of $200 to make sure it's protected. One-time fee, and typically the seller pays for the owner's policy because they're telling the buyer, hey, all my deeds have been paid off, everything's good to go, you're now the incoming buyer. And if the buyer's getting financing on the property, then they pay for the lender's policy. So you'll see two policies on your closing statement, and the seller usually pays the owners and the buyers usually pay the lenders because they're the one getting the financing on the property.
Great.
Right.
Those are great information. Thank you so much for your time being here, and we come with another episode with more questions.
Thank you,
Aw,
Sarah.
thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Till next time. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.